Tonight on Podcast Them Down, can Tim factor the alternative factors to factor in the alternatives in this man versus machine Star Trek review crossover episode?
Podcast Them Down.
Hail Metal Nation, it is we Podcast Them Down. I'm Tim, that's Matt, that's Doug. Enter and sign in, please. Okay, they didn't. And we are continuing our Star Trek Rewatch, the original series that I believe is on its third year. And we're still in season one. Now we're in the tail end of season one, but we are still in season one. Today's episode is, I already lost it. What the hell is today's episode?
Alternative factor.
Alternative factor, and that is all I know.
I was kind of zoning out during that intro. Am I supposed to punch in or something? Is that what I heard?
You're always supposed to punch
There's
in.
a time clock.
And say, hi, hi, America, this is Doug.
Didn't mail the time. Yeah, hi, I'm Doug.
The alternative factor is widely regarded as one of the worst episodes of Star Trek.
I find that very difficult to believe. Because we watch Mud's Women, what little girls are made of. These are real Star Trek episodes.
Mud's Women and What Little Girls Are Made Of are masterpieces compared to the alternative factor. Now, that we might encounter some episodes later on that are worse than the alternative factor. We'll find out. But what Doug and I thought, instead of having to sit through the alternative factor, which we've each done at least twice, is we are going to have you rate the quality and metalness of 4 synopses of Star Trek episodes.
Okay.
All of these have been generated by ChatGPT. One of them is a synopsis of the actual episode. 3 of them are clever decoys. Your job
all right. I got to figure out which
twofold.
One. Okay.
First, of the episodes, for each one of them, you are going to give it a quality score and a metal score.
Did someone fire up one of those old printers just now?
I think Doug may have.
That's the traffic.
Are you like in a bus shelter?
Basically.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
yeah,
now, so you are blindly, after we read the synopsis, you're gonna give the synopsis a quality score,
and
a metal score. Whatever you give the mystery episode will be your actual score for the episode.
Okay.
All right. So your first duty is to pick A, B, C, or D.
All right. Well, when you give me that option, let's both say at the same time what we both know I'm going to pick.
3, 2, 1. I gotta take the D. Oh, whoops. All right, ready?
Let's try this again. I will take option A.
Hey!
All right, there we go.
All right, okay. Each of these synopses have been divided into 4 acts because ChatGPT, despite multiple times trying to get it, doesn't understand what a teaser is.
Hey, real quick. Let's derail early. ChatGPT, this is a pro tip. ChatGPT is really, really good at writing Seinfeld episodes.
Ooh.
But you got to give it an A, B, and C plot. Just the sentences. And it's also good at writing Beavis and Butthead episodes. Not so good at Married with Children episodes. I've noticed. Because I've been through all my archives and I want new episodes of shows that don't exist anymore. So,
yeah.
So you just have ChatGPT whip you up a screenplay. What's that?
It's reasonably good at podcast them down episodes too.
Yeah,
I know it captures you perfectly.
Coming soon to the Patreon, we present a dramatic radio play of an episode of Podcast Them Down, created automatedly.
I love it. Okay, let's go with the 4-act version of Synopsis A.
All right. Okay. Here we go. The Alternative Factor by ChatGPT. Act 1. Trapped in a bewildering temporal loop, the USS Enterprise experiences a whimsical array of anomalies. Captain Kirk, Spock, and the crew grapple with escalating absurdities, doors flinging open and shutting randomly, food replicators concocting ludicrous meals, and comically inaccurate translations from the Universal Translator. Spock, observing the recurring anomalies, discerns a subtle pattern hidden within the madness. He devises a calculated scheme to disrupt the loop's rhythm, hoping to break free from its repetitive grasp. As the crew collaborates, they execute their tasks amidst the tumultuous cycle, aiming to shatter the loop's control. Just as their coordinated efforts near success, a surge of energy fractures the loop, propelling the ship into a new phase of enigmatic distortion.
All right, Act 2. Emerging from the temporal loop, the USS Enterprise enters an inexplicable dimension where reality skews erratically. The crew faces a kaleidoscope of surreal landscapes. Gravity flips, time unravels backward, and thoughts materialize into tangible forms. Spock, leveraging his logical prowess, tries to decipher underlying patterns amidst the erratic anomalies, yet ever-shifting distortions defy predictability. Dr. McCoy confronts baffling medical oddities, treating crew members temporarily transformed into alien species or exhibiting perplexing abilities beyond medical comprehension. Lieutenant Uhura intercepts fragmented transmissions hinted at an entity manipulating the reality. These cryptic messages suggest an intelligence within the anomaly, orchestrating the chaos for its amusement. Captain Kirk initiates a daring attempt to establish contact with this enigmatic entity, recognizing the necessity of negotiation to navigate the chaotic environment.
I'm taking notes, and you're muted, Matt. You're still muted. There was nothing.
Oh, damn it. Before we proceed, do you have any questions? Are you ready?
Oh, I'm just taking some notes.
Understand what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right. Keep going.
Act 3. The crew establishes communications with the enigmatic being known as the Alternative Factor.
Hey, ding.
A swirling abstract entity, the Alternative Factor delights in challenging logic, reveling in disrupting the universe's natural order. It confesses to engineering the anomalies for its entertainment, relishing the crew's attempts to navigate through the absurdities. Spock engages the Alternative Factor, advocating for balance between chaos and order. The crew, beset by ever-escalating anomalies, struggles to maintain the ship's integrity while negotiating with this cosmic trickster. Spock proposes a challenge, tasking the Alternative Factor to create a balanced reality within the anomaly, harmonizing chaos and order.
All right, Act 4. The entity, intrigued by Spock's proposition, concentrates its energies, merging the anomalies into a surreal yet harmonious landscape. As equilibrium returns, the Alternative Factor bids farewell, expressing gratitude for the intellectual stimulation. With a cryptic farewell regarding the beauty of alternative factors, the entity dissipates, leaving the crew back in their familiar reality. Captain Kirk commends Spock's unconventional approach. The crew reflects on their extraordinary encounter, contemplating the value of unorthodox problem solving in the unknown depths of space. With a newfound understanding of embracing alternative perspective, the crew steers the USS Enterprise towards new frontiers, poised to navigate the unexplored realms with resilience, humor, and an open mind.
Da 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 da.
Not very metal. Open mind.
Okay. All right.
So I'm to rate this on quality and metalness.
And metal.
Right. Okay. Well, stuff I wrote down that stood out to me. The food replicators making hilarious food.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds not like Star Trek, you know.
Well, you'd be wrong there.
I know. We're gonna get there.
Okay.
But yeah, I was picturing like you know the soda machines when if they don't clean them right, they get sticky, and then you put your cup under them and it just keeps overflowing. That's what I'm picturing the food replicators doing.
Okay,
which would be great. The gravity flips upside down. You know, I can totally picture them doing that. You know, because they'll just flip the camera upside down and go, pat themselves on the back with how innovative they are at.
and I will say that already you have correctly stumbled on a fact that this episode features a lot of weird, it was innovative in 1966, but looks shitty now, camera tricks.
Ooh. All right. Alien crew members, I feel what I'm picturing is like they threw some ears on Scotty. You know, like how hard are they gonna try?
Got the cat lady and the guy with 3 arms.
Oh, right. RX?
Yeah.
So it sounds like the alternative factor, at least in this one, is like a proto-Q. He's like, I just wanted to fuck with you and see what's happening. And then they trick it by, you know, like it's that old thing about ask God to make a rock he can't move or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, but instead they figure out problem solving in space. That really trashed the whole thing. So it's very
science, man.
Yeah, this episode, while it had some funny moments, probably shitty and not metal.
Okay.
It's just like wacky for a little while, and then they give it a logic puzzle. Boring. 2 and 2. 2 quality, 2 metal. Not that it matters.
2. All right. Okay. Please pick again. B, C, or D.
Oh, see, I wrote them down as numbers because I already forgot. Let's go. Well, I want to do the blood code from Mortal Kombat on Sega. Do you remember what that is, Doug?
No.
Do you remember what it is, Matt?
Isn't it A, B, A, B, A, something?
Close.
Something.
A, B, A, C, A, D, A, B, B. There's no D on a Sega.
All right.
Right. Oh, and my Sega still works. I found out this week.
Wait, I thought the Sega version had blood. It was the Super Nintendo that didn't. Or did you have to turn it on to the Sega version?
Activate it.
Yeah, it had blood, but you had to do A, B, A, C, A, B, B to Abacab to make it happen. But just going straight to B is boring. So I'm going to go to D, like
D.
AC/DC.
You're supposed to say, give me the D.
Give me the D in my ears.
All right.
No one clipped that.
D.
D.
Can't wait for the soundboard show. All right.
You're going to clip it. I'm going to write the letters on here so when I get confused later.
The alternative.
Hey, I just wrote A. All right, go ahead.
The alternative factor by ChatGPT. Act 1. The USS Enterprise responds to a distress signal from a distant planet. Upon arrival, the crew discovers an ancient alien artifact glowing with an otherworldly energy. Captain Kirk, intrigued by its mysterious aura, makes contact with the artifact. Unbeknownst to him, a powerful energy surge envelops the bridge. Shortly after, the crew realizes that something is amiss when Captain Kirk and Uhura suddenly switch bodies. The ship systems malfunction and the crew races against time to understand the artifact's effects and find a solution.
Okay.
Act 2. With Captain Kirk now in Uhura's body and vice versa, the ship's command structure is thrown into chaos. Kirk, now in Uhura's body, faces the challenges of communication and diplomacy while Uhura grapples with the responsibilities of commanding a starship. It's like that. What's the last episode, Matt, where William Shatner gets to be a woman?
Oh, yeah.
Your world of starship.
Why don't they tell anyone? Go on.
All right. The crew struggles to adapt to the unconventional situation, encountering humorous misunderstandings and serious consequences. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Spock takes the lead in deciphering the alien artifact's purpose and how to reverse its effects. Tensions rise as the ship encounters unexpected obstacles in space, testing the resilience of the switched duo.
Act 3.
Just writing hilarity ensues. Go on.
As Spock delves in the artifact's alien technology, he discovers that it has a consciousness of its own, seeking to understand the concept of identity and experience emotions. The artifact reveals that the body switching was an unintended side effect of its attempt to comprehend the crew members. With time running out, the switched Kirk and Uhura must work together to convince the artifact to reverse the process. The crew faces escalating challenges, including a potential conflict with a neighboring starship due to the unconventional behavior of the Enterprise.
Turnabout intruder.
Yeah, turnabout intruder.
In a tense climax, this is Act 4, Kirk and Uhura, with the assistance of Spock, negotiate with the artifact's consciousness. Through a combination of logic, empathy, and a shared understanding of leadership, they convince the artifact to undo the body switching. The crew heaves a collective sigh of relief as normalcy is restored. However, the experience leaves a lasting impact on Kirk and Uhura, who gain newfound appreciation for each other's roles. Mm-hmm. The episode concludes with the Enterprise resuming its mission, but the crew is left with a sense of awe and contemplation about the mysteries that exist in the uncharted depths of space.
Mm-hmm.
All right. For this one, normally, I would say Kirk and Uhura switching bodies, that's a dumb premise. And Star Trek would never do this, but you said...
Whoa!
You said this is a terrible episode. So why not just tell the entire crew that their consciousnesses have been switched and Kirk is Uhura, so now you must obey whatever is coming out of Uhura's mouth. Now is it like that Family Guy episode when they they all switch bodies, but the voices switched with them, so you can figure it out.
The whole body switches. So the voice,
right. So it'd be Uhura going
24th
number one.
Yeah. Nobody's going to believe that you can switch bodies in this very rational world.
That's not science. That's mysticism.
So it's Uhura saying number one, engage. And so,
yeah, exactly.
Well, I don't think she switched bodies with Picard, Tim.
I just wanted someone to yell at their podcast machine.
Podcast machine.
Artifact has consciousness. That's a very boring idea too, but it's totally one I can see happening. This one, not a good premise. Not a lot happens. Seems like a slow episode. And I don't think it's metal either. Now, I gave the other one
a 2 and a 2.
2 and a 2. I feel like I need to upgrade so for A, I need the metal 2 to become a 3 because it's fucking with them. Because in this case, the artifact accidentally caused the hilarity to ensue. Oh, I switched to you, brr. So this one is in fact the 2 and a 2.
Okay, so
the other one's just slightly more metal.
So A 3 and 2, D 2 and 2.
Correct.
Okay, that seems about right. Seems logical. All right. Here's a big important decision.
B or C.
B or C.
C's do get degrees. But B is a much rounder, has more curves.
Yeah.
And Bs are important to the planet. So I'm going to go with Bs. And they're also metal. Well,
All
Cs are metal too, and they're also important to the planet.
And there's 7 of them at least.
Right, at least. Oh, Cs. Okay, I'll go with B.
B.
Nope, C.
C. All right. The Alternative Factor by ChatGPT. Act 1. The USS Enterprise, while exploring uncharted space, encounters a disruptive phenomenon identified as a time warp. As the crew investigates, they discover a man who claims to be in a life and death struggle with his antimatter counterpart from a parallel universe. Captain Kirk and the crew learn about the existence of the 2 versions of this man are linked to the disturbances in space and time. The stage is set for an intriguing mystery as the crew tries to understand the nature of this conflict and its potential consequences.
Act 2. The tension escalates as the crew witnesses the destructive impact of the duo's battles. Time fluctuations and spatial anomalies become more frequent, posing a threat not only to the Enterprise, but to the entire universe.
This was a Futurama episode. Go on.
Captain Kirk takes on the role of mediator, attempting to understand the motivations of both versions of the man and finding a way to prevent cataclysmic consequences of their conflict. The crew faces challenges as they grapple with unpredictability of the situation, leading to a series of suspenseful encounters.
Suspenseful.
Ooh.
Act 3. As Captain Kirk delves deeper into the mystery, he discovers the true nature of the conflict. The 2 versions of the man are revealed to be connected in a complex temporal loop where their actions have far-reaching consequences across different timelines. The crew faces ethical dilemmas and must navigate the intricate web of cause and effect to find a solution. The stakes are raised as the destructive impact of the conflict intensifies, putting the Enterprise and its crew in greater peril.
Act 4. In the final act, Captain Kirk devises a plan to resolve the crisis and restore order to the universe. The crew executes a daring mission to intervene in the ongoing battle between the 2 men. The resolution brings closure to the mystery, but not without leaving lingering questions about the nature of existence and the possibility of parallel universes. The episode concludes with the USS Enterprise moving forward into the vastness of space, having averted cosmic catastrophe and leaving viewers with a sense of awe and wonder about the mysteries that lie beyond.
I don't like how ChatGPT broke the 4th wall there. We might have to scold it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
To write a story, not...
This one, might be. Oh, I'm writing in blue, so it comes.
That's amazing.
In
You're
a
writing in
blue-green.
Manowar.
Yeah. Well, I started drawing loops and hearts and stuff, so because problem solved. This one, this one's got to be ChatGPT. I know we're not making the judgment now, but this has got to be ChatGPT. It's too wishy-washy.
Okay.
There's a time warp. There's a man versus antimatter man. There's like some odd battle going on the whole time, and they have to mediate somehow. But
yep.
I don't get it. I don't see how this one could possibly be made.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting instinct.
So, the time warps.
Tim, time warp.
Time warp, yeah. It's a phenomena unique to this episode.
Yeah.
So but it was a Futurama episode. It was the one where they were playing against the Harlem Globetrotters, or maybe with the Harlem Globetrotters, and they kept jumping forward in time.
Oh, that is actually an amazing episode. That is a great episode. I might watch that Futurama episode.
So I give that Futurama episode a 9 and a 9.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This sounds like a boring, tedious episode, but there is with this battle going on, and if it's the type of battle I think it is, it might be pretty cool. So
isn't a man being in eternal conflict with another man
Yeah,
pretty metal?
that's exciting.
yes.
Mono
So,
and mono.
metalness 3.5, quality
Okay.
2.
Metalness 3.5, quality 2. All right.
All right,
Okay.
now let me choose the last one.
Okay, go ahead.
B.
B.
Let me draw a little bee on here with its stinger and stripes and antenna and a little smile. No, that's a scowl. Yeah, good enough.
Oh, that's a pretty good B.
Thank you.
All right. The Alternative Factor by ChatGPT. Act 1. The USS Enterprise receives a mysterious distress signal from an uncharted region of space. Upon investigation, the crew encounters a sentient alien race composed of antimatter beings.
Damn it.
These entities, known as the Lumina, claim to seek asylum in the matter universe, escaping persecution from their antimatter counterparts. As the Lumia come aboard, tensions arise among the crew as some fear the potential danger of harboring such unconventional beings. Captain Kirk, drawing on his commitment to diversity and understanding, navigates the challenges of integrating the Lumina into the ship's community.
Point of order.
Uh-huh.
If they were on the ship and encountered the matter, wouldn't they all explode?
That's a good question
right,
posed by this episode.
All right.
But this is both a prescient and universal story.
Yeah. We do tell the same story.
Act 2. The Lumina's presence triggers unrest among certain crew members and spreads fear of an imminent threat to the ship and the matter universe. The Enterprise becomes a microcosm of societal tensions, reflecting the struggles for civil rights and acceptance on Earth. Captain Kirk faces resistance from both Starfleet and some members of his own crew who question the wisdom of harboring the Lumina. Spock, as a mediator between the two sides, grapples with the ethical implications of the situation, while McCoy contends with the medical challenges posed by the coexistence of matter and antimatter life forms.
See, good foreshadowing, Tim. Act 3. The Lumina integrate further into the ship's operations. As the Lumina integrate further into the ship's operations, a group of Starfleet officers secretly collaborate with antimatter entities seeking to sabotage the Lumina's peaceful integration. The Enterprise is thrown into chaos as the saboteurs attempt to take control of the ship, jeopardizing not only the Lumina, but the very fabric of the matter universe. Captain Kirk, with the help of Spock, McCoy, and the loyal crew, must thwart the conspiracy and prevent a catastrophic clash between matter and antimatter forces.
Damn it.
Act 4. In a climactic resolution, Captain Kirk exposes the conspiracy, revealing the saboteurs' prejudice and fear-driven motivations. The Lumina, having proven their peaceful intentions, joined forces with the Enterprise crew to avert disaster. The episode concludes with a powerful message about the importance of embracing diversity and overcoming prejudice. As the Lumina depart the Enterprise, having found refuge in the matter universe, the crew reflects on the parallels between their struggle for acceptance and the broader challenges faced by society striving for unity in the face of diversity. The ship resumes its mission, carrying lessons learned from this encounter with the Lumina.
That, I mean, I feel like they undermine their own acceptance message, because if they just refuse to do anything with the refugees at all, then they wouldn't have had to deal with the saboteurs.
Okay.
And then they wouldn't have had a problem.
Interesting perspective.
Effect and cause, yeah.
Or maybe the existence of antimatter saboteurs will justify the views of some of the prejudiced people. You know?
Okay, all right.
I feel like if this is the real episode, that's sloppy writing.
Okay.
So you're not endorsing prejudice, just
No, I'm
not.
explaining how the views are internally justifiable.
I'm just saying it doesn't. No, I'm saying it doesn't. It doesn't convey the message they think it's conveying.
Okay, all right, okay. I see what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, well, I drew the nice B on here. All right, so this sounds like a tedious and boring episode where heavy-handedly trying to, and poorly again, trying to mirror real life problems. When did this air? Late 60s?
1966, I believe.
Mid-late 60s. It first aired on March 30th, 1967. I didn't read anything other than the
Okay, all
the air date.
Okay.
Yes, but conspiracy and sabotage are totally metal. I just still the antimatter thing, they're gonna blow up. Blow shit up. It doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. And that's why I'm leaning towards this one being the real one. So but as for it's relatively metal, but it's not a good episode. I'm giving it a 1.5 quality.
Okay.
And a 3 metal.
Because of all that conflict and prejudice?
Right. Well, maybe a 4 because because they're gonna annihilate each other.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Just being in the presence of matter and antimatter.
Yeah. No, that's a serious concern.
All right.
The many great people on both sides.
Well, Tim, it's time to factor these alternatives. So I'm going to ask you the way to make this exciting. Can you please eliminate one of these choices as not the episode?
Okay.
And just remember, if you get this right, Doug and I will buy you your own copy of this episode.
No.
On VHS.
On VHS.
You know,
double tape with.
Yeah.
We'll have to look it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. You say that like it's gonna be like a joke gift, but I have a working VHS player.
That's right. These were released individually, weren't they?
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm hoping for Tim's sake that it's the other episode is what is that one? The next one, the next episode, which is universally accepted as one of the best episodes. All right, it's right here, Doug. I see it. 1967 TV original series, The Alternative Factor VHS videotape, $10, condition good. Coming to your house if you get this.
If I get this right, I have a 1 in 4 chance. If I just blindly picked.
But you're right now you're eliminating one that is not.
Eliminating one. Let's see. All right. So A was stuff got flipped upside down, proto Q.
Yeah, the alternative factor.
Yeah, lazy alien versions of the crew. Let's see.
Logic puzzles.
Yes.
I wouldn't call him lazy, but yes.
B was the one we just talked about, the antimatter beings and the heavy-handed allegory.
The Lumina.
It's called Lumina, yeah.
C is I wrote Kirk mediates. That sounds
it's the man and his double trapped in an unending conflict.
Right. With the time warp.
Time warp?
Time warp.
It's a phenomena.
All right. And then D.
Ethical dilemmas and such.
Was the artifact that has consciousness.
Yep. The body switch.
The body
over
switch.
A Kirk body switch.
Hey, in Big, did he switch bodies with anyone, or was that?
No, I think he just got transformed into a kid. No, wait, no, the other way around.
Adult.
I was thinking of Disney's The Kid, which is actually the alternate premise, and it might be a soft reboot.
All right, so, is it Freaky Friday? I'm gonna eliminate C. C is what I'm gonna eliminate. Am I gonna keep eliminating them until I'm down to one?
Well, you sure aren't, you idiot, because you eliminated the real episode. You
Oh my
dumb
god,
piece
that
of
was
shit.
the worst. That was the worst one.
Oh, yeah, it was. And also, for the record, I almost fucked this all up because that asshole's name is Lazarus.
Oh, the antimatter man.
Yeah, the antimatter man.
I was really
3.5.
I was gonna guess it was 1 because I can see them trying to do this.
Well, this episode, the 3 C just sounds so cheap.
Yeah, it's
You
just
just need a man and that's it.
Tim, can you just look up alternative factor Lazarus spaceship? It is the dumbest looking thing. It's like clearly made of cardboard and it's just awful. It's awful. This is the worst episode ever. There's not body switching, but there's
God.
There's a sane Lazarus and an insane Lazarus. At one point, one of them gets knocked on the noggin, and so you tell them apart by one has a Band-Aid on his head and one doesn't. And there's a whole scene where McCoy is like, I thought I gave him a Band-Aid.
Oh my god.
That's the spaceship. Yeah.
Right. I see the antimatter guy fighting on Memory Alpha here.
Oh, and they go to this shot,
which should be the
times.
Which should be the episode image, the spaceship or the antimatter fight.
Honestly, I think the spaceship is just so. I just remember as a kid, I had a book called the Star Trek Compendium.
I remember you having that book.
And I just remember the picture of this ship was in the Star Trek Compendium, and I was like, that looks fucking stupid.
Well, that's because it looks fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was the worst one.
It's so and honestly, this synopsis that ChatGPT gave us is very generous.
Yes.
It is hard to follow. They keep stealing dilithium crystals for some reason. I think the good Lazarus starts a fire. It's very hard to follow. Lazarus has a fake beard, but the thickness of the beard keeps changing. It all takes place on the Vasquez rocks. It's just, I
see them there.
It's such a bad episode.
Memorable quotes. I want facts, not poetry.
The solution is
Lazarus says he's death, anti-life. He lives to destroy.
The whole fucking solution of the episode is for the good Lazarus to be trapped in eternal combat forever with bad Lazarus, and the last line of the episode is the world is safe or the universe is safe or something. And Captain Kirk says, but what about Lazarus? That's just, it's so fucking, Doug, what's your scores?
While you're thinking, Kirk apparently says, sometimes pain can drive a man harder than pleasure.
Yeah. He does say that.
I mean, that's metal.
They do.
All right.
They do say that.
It's a 1 quality and a 3 metal for that quote.
Yeah.
Plus the symbolic imagery of going at it with yourself forever.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to give it, I think Tim hit it on the head. It's a 3.5 metal. There's a lot of metal stuff going on. It's poorly executed.
Doesn't mean it's good.
You would think that an episode that involved 2 people fighting the death would involve a lot of fighting, but all the fighting is this blurry, negative, back projected thing. So that's all the fighting. So you're like, what the fuck is that? And then I realized I have the advantage of watching it on a high definition, like 50-inch television. In 1966, it's just like a post-it. Like, what the fuck is that? It's a 1 quality. It's just the writing is bad, the timing is bad, the plot is impossible to follow. It's just so horrible.
Okay, so
Sucks.
So I didn't get my prize of the VHS
No.
to proudly display on my shelf. Is my punishment I have to watch the episode in high definition?
I think so. I think
Yes.
that's
Fuck.
only fair. I think you have
Why
to
did
watch
I
with
even
the,
suggest that?
with the sound on, please?
Oh, that'll be new for me.
Oh.
Usually I watch these things with the sound off and the captions on.
Well, it should be of no surprise to anyone that this is a really shitty episode. Now, I do need to address an issue where I had fucked up the calculation algorithm. So, for example, Errand of Mercy, one of our last episodes, I think last time I said it had like a 98% absolute score. No, that was entirely wrong. It's an 80. So right now, the highest, most good episode we have seen is Errand of Mercy. 80%.
And I was going to say, once we get through the first season, we're going to take a sober, queer-headed look and figure out if we're calibrated. Like, should we weigh all of the acts on the basis of act length?
No, that's a good
Like, what
point.
do we go in by minute to, by second to second? And then,
That's an absolutely good point. So I can tell you that in terms of absolute score, this is not the worst episode we've watched. Both Mud's Whippin' and Shore Leave scored lower. This is a 23%. However, what is saving it is its metal score of 33%. What is damning it is its quality score of 13%, placing it just above Shore Leave at an 11.67, but certainly below Mud's Women. This is a bad episode. Don't watch it. There's no reason to.
yeah, and I think scored on the basis of acts, which in all fairness we didn't do for either of those episodes.
Yeah.
It is a worse episode.
Yeah, I think in this
Apples
case,
to apples. Yeah.
in this case, the format saved it.
We played with fire, and in all three of these episodes, introduced some distortion.
We did.
And
But that was for the sake of having a podcast audience that would actually listen to us talking about this, rather than just, delete the episode and probably the podcast feed. So good on us. We did a good job.
It looks like the next episode is The City on the Edge of Forever.
Oh, yeah.
Edge of Forever is a Symphony X song.
It is. And probably stolen from this fucking episode.
And they're touring in the late spring.
Mm-hmm. And we'll be there. Right?
Well, I have a show that day, so I might have to go to Pittsburgh to see them.
there must be a
Well,
it's that or Stroudsburg.
that's a hard call. All right, so fear not, Metal Nation. We made it through the alternative factor. We knew it was coming, and now it's in the rearview mirror. Coming up next time, City on the Edge of the Forever. We got Nazis, we got time travel, we got angry Harlan Ellison. Everything is gonna be okay.
You almost just described the fifth Indiana Jones movie.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Remember, Tim, Edith Keeler must die.
Yeah.
Cast them down.
Tim, are you saying that someone stole someone else's idea?